Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks on how to drift your Mustang. Now, first off, disclaimer, please don't do this on like a public road or whatnot. Be really safe about it. Ideally, go out to a drift event if you're actually trying to drift your car. But these are just a few tips on kind of car control, I guess, if you're just trying to hoon around a little bit. This is a 2019 Mustang GT PP2. I've had it for a few months now, and I've got to try it out a little bit here and there, sliding it around. This is in the manual, which definitely helps as far as drifting goes. Now, I'm not talking about doing donuts. I'm actually talking about like transition drifting, which is totally different from just doing donuts and burnouts. First, I'm going to go and talk you through it. So I'm going to pull around to the little line that we currently have and give you a few pointers that I've kind of noticed. I've been doing some grassroots drifting for a couple of years now, so I'd like to think that I kind of have a somewhat of an understanding of it. So first, I'm going to talk you through it. So you're going to be in first gear. I'm going to just stay in first gear. I don't want to burn off my really expensive tires. I'm going to go up on the run up. I'm going to slightly turn in, and then I'm going to clutch kick. So a clutch kick is a real quick all the way up and down motion on the clutch, about like that. And once it comes up, then you apply the throttle. So what this does, it breaks the back wheels loose. This car does have an LSD, which is definitely recommended. Doing this in open diff doesn't really work. So LSD or welded diff is pretty much required. So once you turn in and you clutch kick, the back wheels are loose, the car is going to start to rotate around. Right as you clutch kick, this is all one motion, you're going to want to counter steer to the left as quickly as you can to catch the car from spinning out. Something I've noticed with this car and this setup, there's big old 305 sticky boy tires up front, which tend to, during the transition of this line, tend to spin the car out because it's running low pressure and it's pivoting on the front. This car's really gripped up, so what I do to slow it down is actually apply left foot brake. So back to the line, so you're clutch kicking, full counter steer to catch the car, and then right as I clutch kick, I'm gonna go over my left foot on the foot brake, slowing the car down while I modulate the throttle, keeping the car in drift. And then we're gonna come back around with the transition. So on the transition, you're gonna let the car rotate back around, but you're gonna stay a little bit in the gas to keep it from gripping back up. All the while, you're gonna be on the foot brake a little bit as well to slow the car down so it doesn't just whip around really quick. So in transition, what you're gonna do, like I said, you're gonna let the car come back around. Right as it passes losing grip, you're gonna take your foot off the gas, counter steer again, catch the car, and then right after you catch the car and you know you're not going to spin out with the left foot brake, you're going to be back on the throttle, modulating it, and you'll probably be, I think I'm floored, coming around the last little sweeper area that we have going on. So that's kind of the basics of it. I'm going to set up the GoPro on the outside so you can get a couple shots of it, and then we go and run the line. I'm going to go and turn my traction control completely off down here. Hold that for an eternity, it seems like. Okay, completely off. That's good to go. So let's go ahead, try it out. First run of the day, it might spin out. Let's see, we're kind of in a public place. Running up first gear, real slow, like building up some speed. So like I said, that's first gear. That was my very first run. I'm gonna do maybe one or two more and probably head out of here. So the most important thing of drifting, like on a scenario like this, is whenever the car is going to grip back up, you must have the wheel perfectly straight. If you don't, the car's going to hook, it's going to send you off the road, which is no bueno. So on that back sweeper, I'm going to go ahead, unwind the wheel with the car. You feel the car coming back in, start unwinding the wheel so you know it's straight. I think I'm warmed up. I'm going to let Andy hop out, get a shot from the outside so you guys can see it.
Dude, it is so loud.
We wrapped it up at the drift spot. Now, something about these Mustangs that I'm not quite used to, the electronic steering rack in these things are not very intuitive with self-steering. So self-steering is pretty much whenever you're transitioning, the wheel will actually flow with the transition of the car. So you're almost steering it more with the throttle, but these electronic steering racks don't really do that very much. If you're trying to drift your new Mustang with electronic rack, is you gotta be aware of that. It's not gonna happen. So you gotta be really direct with throwing it during transition and making sure manually, like making sure it's actually gonna be straight when it grips back up. But that's also something I'm gonna take note of. Good thing to remember. Make sure to go hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. That is gonna do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you in the next one.